The next part of the vision is reasoning about the A plus setup logically. When two A plus setup are close to each other, you need to have a logical reasoning and treat it like a range. So let me show you one example. Let us take, for example, this this example. Let us take this downtrend. You see, the price is going down on daily, creating a downtrend till it touches Kijun just right here, right? So when you go on 1 hour, you will realize something. Each time the price is closer to an H1 zone, the price will slow down. You see that when the price came closer to this H1 zone, the price started creating TK fat. But the thing is that the reason why the price reversed here is because of the H1 zone, of the Kijun H1 zone, right? Of the Kijun daily setup. It reversed to the upside because of the Kijun daily setup. So that's what we see. So let us say that you don't know the future of the price. Let us say that you you are at this point in between those two red candles, in between those two red line, vertical line. If you are in between those two red vertical line, let us say you don't know the future candles. We are just here in between the two. How will you trade this? Normally, if you are, for example, at this point, if you see candles just below Tenkan at this point, just below Kijun at this point, you will be thinking that maybe I can buy here in 1 hour and then place my take profit above on the 2CA for the first buy. But what will happen is that you will be making a big mistake because this one will reverse on you. It's not because Kijun enter inside the cloud and then you see an inverted Kijun inside the cloud that you can buy. No, you need to understand the intricacy about setups. So what you don't realize is that, let us say that let us go on 4 hour. On 4 hour, you will see that at this level, you have a 4 hour SSB inverted A plus setup. Just right here. Right? You have this. This is an SSB inverted A plus setup in 4 hour. So when you are in 1 hour, what decision should you make? You need to make a logical reasoning. Rather than just buying blindly without taking into consideration the H4 SSB inverted A plus setup, you need to instead withdraw your mind for greedy take profit and stay on the ground and put your take profit just as this on this SSB on 4 hour. Because what happened now is that this look a little bit like a range. But the problem is that people on YouTube, the gurus, have been telling everybody that the range looks like this. But the problem is that you only know that it looks like this when the candle have already printed all of this scenario, all of this shape, zigzag shape. But when everything is being live printed, what happened is that the price is moving between setup. This one where the daily setup, right? The daily Kijun setup. Then the price moved to the upside to the 4 hour SSB setup. Then the price is going down now to the 1 hour Kijun. That's what is happening now. That is it. That is it like this. Daily, the daily Kijun setup just right there. Then the price moved to the 4 hour SSB setup. Then the price goes down to the 1 hour Kijun setup. After that, the price move again to the 4 hour SSB setup. From the 4 hour SSB setup, the price moved down to what? To the daily A plus Kijun A plus setup. Then the price will move to the upside to what? To a 4 hour setup. Let me check the setup. To the 4 hour Tenkan setup. Before moving down again to what? To which setup? To the daily Kijun setup. Then moving up to the upside again till to a, then moving to the upside again to a SSB setup above. You get the point? So that's how it looks like in real time. So, so a range doesn't look like this. A range has never been looking so perfectly like this. No. You only say that it's a range when it's already passed. You only know that it's a range when it is already passed. But in real life, in real trading, in live trading, you will have this type of shape, an M shape like this, 1 hour, 4 hour. You will have something like this. This one is a range, right? This one is a range. If they tell you that this one is a range, you will not, maybe you will not believe. Another range is this one. Price going down on daily, then moving to the upside to 4 hour. And this one is 1 hour. This also is also a range. But you will not believe it because you don't yet see the future candle. But it's a range. That's what happened here. If I remove Ishimoku, for example, that's what you got. That's what you got. So to trade this, let us say that to trade a range, a live range that you don't know that is a range yet, you need to respect setup. Don't make blind movement like this. That the price goes down, move up to a 4 hour setup, an embedded SSB. Move down to a 1 hour, and then at the 1 hour, you prefer to go and target the moon. Don't target the moon. Don't target the moon when in 1 hour in your take profit direction, you see another SSB setup in 4 hour. Don't target the moon. Just target the earth on 4 hour. Stay on earth. Stay grounded. Don't target anything just for the sake of targeting. The idea that I'm trying to bring you is that there are sometimes the setup are tied together, like they are close together. They are very close together. They are not like separated by a long distance. Those setup here are close together by, like, for example, between the daily and the 4 hour, it is 100 pips. Between the 1 hour and the 4 hour, it is 50 pips. They are very close together, and you need to respect each one of them. Respect each one of them, because even on your dashboard of pairs, the minimum length of June 1 hour is 32 pips. 32 pips. When you put Ishimoku here, the price has moved from this point to this point by 50 pips. So the minimum number of pips is already reached. So don't start targeting just to target. Don't start making like long move just to make long move. It's not for the sake of the long move. You need to have intelligent reasoning about setup when setup are tied together almost at the same place. Respect each of them. Respect each of them. But you should not respect each of them all of the time, because now, see this, see this movement. You should not be targeting anything anyhow. You should sometimes you know when you can let it go. On 4 hour, for example, for this setup, there's nothing above that can block this. For this trend, there's no setup above that can block this. Yes, there were this daily setup Kijun invented, but the problem is that all of this is an uptrend. Even weekly is an uptrend. You are not forced to withdraw here. Yes, it can play out to go down a little bit, but it will depend on you if you take a partial there. But I'm trying to say, I'm trying to describe you the case where we are tied together, like the setups are close together. You don't yet know if that it is a range unless we are already past it. Like when the candles are going down like that, you don't know that it is a range. Range is a word for the future. Is a future word. Is a word that describes the future, when it will happen. But for the moment, my brother, it has not yet happened. It has not yet happened. It is just like this. How do you know that it's a range or not? The future is not yet arrived to say that it was a range. Normally, to talk about the range, we need to say was, like the past tense. But for the present moment, respect the setup. It's about A plus setup, respect discipline. If you respect the setup all of the time, you realize that you have been trading a range on this place. Then in the future, you will say that I traded a range. It's not that I am trading a range, because when the candle are being printed live, you don't even know that it is a range or not. You don't know. If I remove like this and then I let you with this one, how do you know that it's a range? If I leave you here, how do you know? Is this a range? Is this a range? This one is not a range, right? Is this a range? So this shape is a range. This shape is a range. That's why I'm saying that a range is a word of the future. You will only come in the future and say that it's a range when the candle have already passed that stage. That's when you will say that it was a range. So there are some people who come and who go and do like this. They put two horizontal line and start doing this. That you will buy those support and you will sell those those resistance. No, don't buy any support, don't sell any resistance. Don't even think about in terms of resistance or support. That is very wrong, because the market is dynamic. Look what happened. What happened here is that we had a setup here, right? Ishimoku setup are very dynamic. You had let me go on 4 hour. You see how dynamic it is. Let me go on 4 hour. It is super dynamic. Very, very dynamic. Let me start even on daily. There is no such thing as a range machine. That's not the right way to look at it. Let me just take this one, this Kijun, only this Kijun, right? Let me go on 4 hour. Let me take other setups. You see how dynamic it is. When it is being printed, it is very dynamic. It's not like an horizontal line and all. And you can trade it. This one was a 4 hour. We had another 4 hour here. Inverted Kijun. And then we had this 4 hour Tenkan. And then we had this 4 hour Tenkan. And then here we also had the daily setup is also passing here. But when you go on 1 hour, you see how dynamic it is, right? you have here a Kijun. Okay, let us leave at this. Let us go on 15 minutes to have a more clearer view. Let us remove Ishimoku. During the phase that people say that is a range, you see what happened. If you see, it is something very not it doesn't look horizontal. The alignment of those setup doesn't look horizontal. It looks instead inclined like this. So you cannot be saying that it's a range. It's just about you respecting the setups, right? It's just about you respecting the setups. Because the volume is dynamic. It's not like linear. It's not the same amount of money that traders put in the market all of the time, so that you can start saying that the price will we don't always buy the same good at the same price, because even there's inflation, the price of the things are changing. It is the same thing in trading. Those setups are the place where you buy and sell, right? But they are not dynamic. They are not linear. They are not linear horizontal like this. That like you put a zone here, you put something here. No. To trade this live, I mean, when this thing is happening live, you need to just respect the setups as the way it is. Just respect the setup. Don't go and buy and target a huge amount of pips to the upside. Meanwhile, in 4 hours, you have a take profit SSB there. Don't do that. And you will see that before we arrive on the right side, Kijun gave you a setup to the upside here, right? But there were a take profit here. But after that, dynamically, the direction of Kijun changed. Now it is a sell. Kijun give you now a sell from this point in 1 hour. So you see how dynamic it is, right? And then even at this point, even at this candle, this red candle, this one, it gives you a buy. It changed the orientation. It gives you a buy at this level. And it becomes something dynamic. It's not about range. It's more about respecting what each setup does, what each setup is telling you. Targeting setup by setup. When you are a day trader, you target setup by setup. When you trade this type of moment, target setup by setup. Don't start shooting to the moon all of the time. You know when you shoot for the moon. You know, for example, for the actual price, you could have shoot for the moon from here. From this point, you could have shoot for the moon, because from this point, KSB in 4 hours is already to the upside, and you have no setup close to that. So that's a little bit of intelligence around the setup that I wanted to give you. The reasoning. That's what I'm explaining here. I don't want to read all of this. I just explained it already. So let us go to the next slide.